Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn the introduction to the Android, and this is the first video in the series of Android application development in my channel. And today we are going to learn what is an Android and the architecture of the Android and how to install the software called Android Studio in the Windows environment. Okay, so what is mean by an Android? Android is a software stack for mobile devices that includes an operating system, middleware, and key applications. Okay, so this was developed by a business alliance consisting of 47 companies called Open Handset Alliance, which consists of 47 companies like handset manufacturers, semiconductor companies, commercialization companies, software companies, as well as the mobile operators. Okay, so the architecture of the Android comprises of 5 layers. The first layer comes with applications, and the second layer is application framework, and the third layer comprises libraries, and the fourth layer comprises Android runtime, and the fifth layer is the Linux kernel. Okay, the application layer is the first layer which we are going to see. The application layer provides the applications. Okay, the Android provides a set of core applications which comes as email clients, SMS program, calendar, maps, browser, and as well as contacts. And all these applications are written using the Java languages. We are going to develop these applications which are going to use the remaining 4 layers. Okay, so the second layer comprises application framework, which enables and simplifies the reuse of the components. Developers has full access to the same framework APIs used by the core applications, like the APIs like activity manager, window manager, content provider, view system, package manager, telephony manager, and all these things. For example, if I want to create a contact application which is going to use the framework telephony manager, which is a application framework, and we are going to use that telephony manager, and we are going to develop the same core application, like core application contact. We can create our own application, right? And if you are going to look at the some SMS applications, like whatever the SMS applications we have, like this Truecaller or way to SMS or any other applications which we have seen, okay, those all are going to use this telephony manager to modify the core application SMS program, and they have prepared their own application. Okay, for example, like if we are going to take the WhatsApp, okay, which is going to use the notification manager, view system, and telephony manager, all these things is going to be used by the WhatsApp. Okay, so the applications are going to use the application framework, which are predefined APIs, and those APIs are going to be used by the applications developed by the users. And next, the features of the application framework is going to contain the view system, content provider, resource manager, notification manager, and activity manager. The view system is used to build an application including lists, grids, text boxes, buttons, and embedded web browser, all these things. And content provider enabling applications to access data from other applications or to share their own data. Resource manager providing access to non-code resources like localized strings, graphics, and layout files. And notification manager enabling all applications to display custom alerts in the status bar. Activity manager managing the life cycle of applications and providing a common navigation backstart. And like this, we are going to use these features, and we are going to develop the applications in the future. Okay, and the next layer consists of libraries. Okay, these which includes a set of C or C++ libraries used by components of an Android system exposed to developers through the Android application framework. And next layer includes runtime, Android runtime, which includes two parts, core libraries as well as the Dalvik virtual machine. The core library is providing the most of the functionality available in the core libraries of the Java language, and these are provided with the help of the APIs. The APIs includes data structures, utilities, file access, and network access, graphics, and etc. All these are going to be provided by these core libraries. And the next one is Dalvik virtual machine, DVM, which is equivalent to JVM, Java virtual machine, which provides the Dalvik virtual machine provides the environment on which every Android application runs. If you are using Next Player, WhatsApp, whatever the application you are going to use in your application, in your mobile phone, those all are going to be opened or run on the Dalvik virtual machine only. Each Android application runs in its own process with its own instance of the Dalvik virtual machine. Dalvik has been written such that a device can run multiple virtual machines efficiently. Okay, and this is the register based virtual machine. Okay, and the Dalvik virtual machine is going to create a Dalvik executable format, which is going to execute the Dalvik executable format, which can be compiled, or which we can be get from the .java file. The .java file is going to be compiled to .java.class file, and that is going to be converted to the .dx by dx Dalvik extension, and which is going to rely on the Linux kernel for threading and low-level memory management. The Linux kernel is the next layer of our Android architecture. Okay, so the Linux kernel is going to have all the drivers which are used to execute the hardware, which is going to combine the hardware with the software applications we have created. Okay, this is the Linux kernel is the heart for our Android applications. Okay, the Linux kernel, why we are saying it as Linux kernel, because the Android is the Linux based platform, which is very easy and very secure. Okay, and this Linux kernel is going to contain the display drivers, camera drivers, flash memory drivers, and all the drivers which are used to provide the abstraction between the hardware and the software stack. Okay, so this is the actual architecture of the Android software stack. Okay, which is going to comprise of the 5 layers: applications, application framework, libraries, runtime, and Linux kernel. Okay, so this is about the Android application layers or software stack. Okay, and next the Android versions which are available till now. Okay, so there are so many versions we have seen, like Pie, Oreo, Nougat, and all these things. Okay, the latest version which has been released is Pie, and which is going to be released is Android Q. The version number is Pie's latest version. Pie's version number is 9.0, and the API level is 28, and which was released in August 6, 2018. And the first version was which don't have any code name, which we can call it as alpha. Okay, which is version number 1.0, and the cupcake version number 1.5, which has been released on April 27, 2009. Okay, so like this we are going to have the introduction to the Android. Okay, so next application development, we are going to learn how to develop the Android application. To develop an application, we need to have a Android software, to development software, which is going to be known as the IDE. And first, what is an Android app? An Android app is a collection of interactive screens written using Java programming language and XML, uses the Android software development kit, and which uses the libraries and application framework executed by Android runtime virtual machine, that Dalvik virtual machine. Okay, so challenges of Android application development are, we are going to see so many mobile phones which are varying on their screen sizes and their resolutions. We need to be very clear when we are developing an Android application. Our application should be fixed or fitted in any screen size. That is the first challenge we need to face. Okay, and the next challenge we need to consider is the performance. Your application should be responsive and smooth in any size of the internal memory. Okay, if we are going to consider one application which is going to run on only 4 GB internal memory, that is very awkward. Okay, so we need to be our application to be very easy to run on any internal memory size, if it is 256 MB or 512 MB or 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB or 8 GB or 16 GB. That should be run very smoothly and secure, which should be keep source code and user data safe compulsorily. Your application should be very secure, and compatibility run well on older platform versions also. And marketing, understand the market and your users. Okay, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it can be. Actually, your application should not be expensive, means not in terms of cost, it is in terms of memory. You cannot develop an Android application which is of 1 GB. Okay, because our internal memory, the mobile phone's internal memory is not so going to support to hold your application of 1 GB. Okay, but it should consist of 1 GB data. Okay, it should consist of 1 GB data, but it should not be having the size of 1 GB. It is very important. The multiple screen choices and performance, security, compatibility, marketing, all these are the challenges we should face to develop an Android application. Okay, we are going to learn how to develop Android applications, and we are going to look how to minimize the size of the application in the end of the series. Okay, and next the building blocks of the application. The any Android application is going to consist of these blocks. Okay, the first is resources, and the second one is components, and the third one is manifest, and the fourth one is build configuration. Okay, first we are going to look at the resources. Resources are nothing but layouts, images, strings, colors, and media files, and all these things. Okay, and components, activities, services, and helper classes as Java code and all these things. And then manifest, information about app for the runtime, and build configuration, Gradle configuration files. We are going to start with the components. We are going to start with the resources and move on to the components, and later on we are going to look at the manifest, how to change the manifest or how to configure the manifest, and finally we are going to look at the Gradle configuration files. Okay, so component types here, the components. Okay, the component types are, there are 4 types of components in any Android application. The first one is activity, is a single screen with a user interface. Okay, and service performs long running tasks in the background, and content provider manages shared set of data, and broadcast receiver responds to system wide announcements. Okay, so we are going to create our first Android app. To create any Android app, we need to have the Android Studio. Okay, and then we are going to create a application Hello World in Android Studio, and basic app development workflow with Android Studio, and running apps on the virtual as well as the physical devices. Okay, so before we are going to look at this Android application development, we are going to look at the Java components first. The class, object, static, package, exception handling, nested class, polymorphism, interface, constructor, inheritance, abstract, all these are going to be called as the Java basics. Okay, so we are going to look at these Java basics, and we know all these things already. And the prerequisites for to develop an Android application is Java programming language, and object-oriented programming concepts, and XML properties and attributes, using an IDE for development and debugging. So Android Studio. So what is an Android Studio? Android Studio is the integrated development environment for developing the Android applications, and it is going to contain the project structure, templates, layout editor, and the testing tools, Gradle based build, log console, debugger, monitors, emulators. All these are going to be provided by the this Android IDE. Okay, so how to install? So it can be installed on Mac, Windows or Linux, and which requires the Java Development Kit JDK 1.7 or above, and you need to set the java_home for the JDK installation location, and you can download and install the Android Studio from developer.android.com, which is open source, free and open source software. Okay, so first creating your first Android application. Okay, so for that purpose you need to go for the Android Studio. Okay, so this is the Studio first page. Okay, so here this is the first page. Actually you are not going to get this page. Okay, you are going to get the directed the web screen where you can get. Okay, so first you have installed for the very first time you are going to get this screen. Okay, so here you are going to have some options to select. Okay, start a new Android Studio project or open an existing Android Studio project, check out project from version control, import project from the Eclipse ADT or Gradle, and import Android core sample. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new Android Studio project. Okay, so clicking on this, alright, so which is going to give me a browser, a window to enter the application name. Okay, so my application name is Hello World. Okay, and this is the first one you need to remember, and the second one is the company domain. Okay, so the company domain will be basically your system name.example.com. okay, when you are going to have this company this as your company domain, then it will not be acceptable in the Google Play Store because it can't accept the com.example packages. Okay, so for that purpose you need to mention your company domain as others, which is not a example.com. okay, so my company domain name is technotrends.com. okay, so technotrends.com is my company domain, and my package name is com.technotrends.helloworld, and the project location, the project will be created at in my D drive. Android apps is the folder, and here Hello World is the application project folder. Okay, so and click on next, and this is the application target Android devices. Okay, so on which target devices your application will run. So minimum lowest API levels target more devices but have fewer features available. Okay, so I'm going to take it as 14. Okay, so 14 as my API 14, and which can be accessed, which can be run approximately on 98.3% of the devices that are active on the Google Play Store, and I can have Wear, TV and Android Audio Auto, but I'm only developing for phone and tablet. And say next, which is going to in which this screen is going to provide the activity to be added to your mobile application. Okay, so I'm going to take basically you need to take empty activity only. Okay, say next, and this is the activity to be added onto your application. So the first activity which is going to contain your application, so this is the main activity, which can be the layout file activity_main, and in some systems you need to uncheck this backwards compatibility app compatch. In my system it is not necessary. Okay, main activity is my activity name and layout name is activity_main. Okay, and say finish, which is going to create my application. Okay, let me wait for a while. Okay, so done. Alright, so building Hello World Gradle projects information. Okay, alright, so my application is being created. Okay, so scanning, right? Okay, let me in such time. Okay, so I'm going to discuss about this menu. Okay, so which is going to be very crucial. Okay, file menu, which is going to have the menu of all the file related menu. Okay, so edit, view, navigate, code, analyze, refactor, build, run, tools, VCS, window, help. Okay, so here we are going to have some windows also, tools also, the project, structure, captures, okay, messages, terminal, Android monitor, to-do list, okay, and Android model, Gradle. Okay, so these all are the tools, different windows we are going to have on the screen. Okay, right. So project is going to contain the information of the our project, which is going to have the some directory structure. Okay, and this is the my first activity which has been created. Okay, so main activity dot java, right? So this is my first XML layout file. Okay, so let me have this one. No problems. Okay, so right, my application was created perfectly, and my first screen was also created. Okay, so which is going to have the XML file. In the XML file, here we are going to have the two files. The first, for every screen we are going to have the two files. The first file is .xml file, which is the layout file, which is going to give our application interface, and the second file is .java file, which is the controller file for our application. Okay, so the controller file is going to control the contents of the XML file. So here the XML file is going to be have two views. One is design view and the second one is text view. Okay, so this is the text view, okay, in which I am going to have all the components in the form of text. Okay, so I am going to remove this text view from my application. Okay, right, so text view removed, and coming to the design. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text view here, right? So the default layout for our application is constraint layout, which should be constrained with the all the sites. Okay, so I'm constraining my application content. Okay, so taking into all the things, and I'm making it as the center. Okay, and the content, the text of my text view is hello world. Okay, so this is my first text view. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I have here the ID for my text view. Okay, remember this ID. Okay, and only this thing I need to remember for the first time. Okay, so main activity, coming to the Java file. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm considering the text view to be added to my application. Okay, so text view TV, right, and later on TV initializing with the text view of the application. Okay, with the help of the I find view by ID or .id dot text view. Okay, and now I am going to have the set text for my text view, hello world /n welcome to the Techno Trends channel. Right, so what I am doing here, I have created a application called hello world, and in which I have only one activity, main activity.java main activity, and which is going to contain two files. One is .java file and one is .xml file, and in the .xml file design I have dragged and dropped a text view, and I have given it the ID to identify it from my Java file as text view. And later on in the main activity.java file I have created a text view object TV, and I have initialized with the text view identifier, and I have set the text of my text view to hello world, welcome to the Techno Trends channel. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I want to check whether my application is running perfectly or not. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I am going to run this application. Okay, right click on this, right click on the application, and here I am not going to have anything here. Okay, so what I am going to do is from the run, okay, click on run app, right, and which is going to give a window, select deployment target, which is going to initialize the ADP. I have one connected device, okay, physical device, and one virtual device. First what I'm going to do is I'm going to run on the physical device. Okay, so the physical device is here, right, here I am going to have my physical device. This is my physical device. Okay, so this is my physical device, Techno Trends, okay, Vivo V11 Pro. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this one and say okay, and it is being installed on my application. Okay, so Gradle build is running. Okay, so Gradle build run అవుతోంది, and it takes some time to complete the Gradle build because it is the first time I am executing this application. Okay, so Gradle build is running. Let me wait for a while. Now look at this one, installing the APK, and it was installed and launched. So look at here. So this is the first time I am running my application. Okay, so right, so okay, so hello world, welcome to the Techno Trends channel. Okay, which is going to have my application hello world. Let me show you the application launcher. Okay, so this is my application launcher, hello world. So hello world, when I'm going to click on this, which is going to show me a message, hello world, welcome to the Techno Trends channel, and this is the application name of application name. Okay, so like this you can create your application from the Android Studio, and you can run them on your mobile phone. Okay, so now we are going to look how to execute your applications on the mobile phone directly. It is not possible to execute your applications on the mobile phone directly. Okay, to do so you need to go for settings first time, and later on you need to find out whether your mobile phone was activated with the developer options or not. Okay, so the developer options will be available in your settings. Okay, so here I have the developer options. Okay, if your application, your mobile phone has not been activated with the developer options, okay, you need to go for about phone, and in the about phone you need to click on the baseband version or software version for 7 times. Okay, so let me check once. Okay, so baseband version, right, so 1 2 3 4, already I'm a developer. Okay, already I'm a developer mode. My application has been, my mobile phone has activated the developer options, so no need to click on the software version. If your developer mode has not been activated, you need to click on the software version in your mobile phone. Okay, in your settings. Okay, about phone option, and if the developer options were already activated, then you need to click on the USB debugging. Okay, you need to activate this USB debugging, and this USB debugging is going to start your application to be run on your mobile phone. Okay, and after that only you are going to get the application on your mobile phone. Okay, so this is the application I have developed. Okay, so developed hello world. Okay, like this you can create and you can run your applications on your mobile phone. Okay, thank you very much guys. If you have any queries or any doubts, or if you have any suggestions, please let me know by the comments, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and like the video and share the videos of my channel. Thank you very much.